Flash drives are dead. I know that sounds dramatic, but hear me out. If you're shooting 4K ProRes on your iPhone, or you're a photographer dealing with 100 megabyte raw files, you already know those high-speed USB sticks from Amazon, they choke every time. What if you could take the NVMe performance from your laptop's internal drive and shrink it down to something that fits in the coin pocket of your jeans? That's exactly what this is. This is the Hagibis MC13. It's an enclosure for a 2230 M2 NVMe drive, so the tiny ones from the Steam Deck, and it might be the most capable piece of pocket storage you can actually buy right now. Is it right for everyone? No. But if it's right for you, it's kind of perfect. Let me show you. Out of the box, Hagibis actually gives you everything you need. The enclosure, 2 mini screwdrivers, yes, they're included, extra mounting screws, thermal pads, and this thick dark green silicone sleeve that looks straight out of a Bellroy catalog. There's also a short USB-C cable, about 4.3 inches, with a built-in carabiner clip. Cute touch. One thing to know, that cable tops out at 10 gigabits and 60 watts power delivery. It doesn't have an eMarker chip, so it won't do USB 4 or higher wattage charging. Grab a separate cable if that matters to you. Now, the build, and this is where I want to spend a second because it genuinely impressed me. This thing is a solid block of CNC-machined anodized aluminum. No flex, no creaking, no budget enclosure vibes whatsoever. It feels more like a machined keychain fob than a storage device. Size-wise, 47 by 44 millimeters, roughly 1.8 by 1.7 inches. Weight with the drive installed, 65 grams, about 2.3 ounces. For comparison, this is a standard full-size M2 enclosure. The MC13 makes it look like a brick. Getting inside, 4 screws on the back panel. That's it. Pop the lid and you'll see the PCB centered around a Realtek RTL9210 controller. If you've been in the NVMe enclosure space for a while, you know this chip. It's the same one in a ton of well-regarded enclosures. Stable, well-supported, runs cool. Good choice. Now here's the thing you need to know before you buy. This only fits 2230 size drives. The short ones. That used to be a deal breaker, but thanks to the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, and the Microsoft Surface line, 2230 drives are everywhere now. You can grab a 1 terabyte WDSN 740 or a 2 terabyte Sabrent Rocket for genuinely good prices. So the trade-off is, you can't just repurpose an old drive from your desktop, but that size restriction is exactly why this enclosure can be this small. Pick your priority. Okay, numbers time. The MC13 runs USB 3.2 Gen 2. That's a 10 gigabit interface. With a WDSN 740 installed, I'm seeing 1,077 megabytes per second sequential read and just under 1,000 megabytes per second write in Crystal Disk Mark. For perspective, your average USB thumb drive does around 100 megabytes per second on a good day. We're talking roughly 10 times faster, enough to move a 10 gigabyte video file in about 10 seconds. But raw speed means nothing if the drive throttles under load. So I ran 2 stress tests. First up, a 16-minute linear read, and this is where it gets impressive. That line is almost perfectly flat. Average 981 megabytes per second, minimum 939, maximum 985 for over 16 minutes straight. No dips, no throttling, nothing, just a completely stable wall of performance, now thermals during that red test. The outer shell peaked at 37.4 to 37.7 degrees Celsius. That's under 100 degrees Fahrenheit, barely warm. And the drive itself, Smart reported 40 degrees Celsius internally. That's the kind of number you'd see from a drive sitting inside a well-cooled laptop. The aluminum case is doing its job. Second, a 13-minute random read test, 64 kilobyte blocks, which is the kind of workload you get when an operating system is actually running off the drive. Average 347 megabytes per second with a floor around 264 and a ceiling just under 400. For a bus-powered external enclosure, that's a genuinely usable number. And thermals here were still very manageable. The outer shell peaked at 45.4 degrees Celsius, about 114 Fahrenheit. The drive itself hit 47 degrees internally, noticeably warmer than during the linear read, but still well inside safe operating range. You can hold it in your hand without any discomfort. Fourth, random write. Same 64 kilobyte blocks, 13.5 minutes filling the whole drive. This one surprised me, averaged 324 megabytes per second, with a floor of 266 and a ceiling of 334. And that line barely moves the entire time. No SLC cliff, no thermal dips, just consistent throughput from 0 to 100%. For real-world use, moving a folder of photos, syncing a project, this is exactly what you want to see. Thermals during the random write. The outer shell sat at 48 to 50 degrees Celsius, and the drive internally held 52 degrees. Fifth, the hardest test, a 20-minute linear write, 2 megabyte blocks, filling the entire drive from 0 to 100%, the first 65% of the drive, 900 megabytes per second steady. Then the SLC cache runs out and the speed drops to around 300 megabytes per second for the rest of the run. That cliff in the graph looks dramatic, but it's completely normal. Every consumer NVMe drive does this. The overall average across the full 20 minutes was 685 megabytes per second. Still faster than most external drives ever get, even at their peak. Now, this is where the Enclosure gets its real thermal workout. The outer shell peaked at 55.3 degrees Celsius, about 131 Fahrenheit. That's noticeably warm in your hand, but not hot. Meanwhile, the drive internally hit 60 degrees Celsius. That's the hottest we saw across all tests, but still well within the safe operating range for this drive, and health status stayed at 99% throughout. One of the best things about this, it's completely bus powered. No wall adapter, no hub. Just plug it in. Works plug and play on Windows, Mac, and Linux. But the use case I keep coming back to, plug this into an iPhone 17 Pro or later, open the Files app or a camera app that supports external recording, and you can capture 4K 60 frames per second ProRes video directly to the drive. No compression, no proxy, the real thing. For photographers, tether directly from a Sony or Nikon that supports USB storage. Transfer cards in the field without a laptop. If you're a filmmaker, videographer, or just someone who's constantly moving large files between devices, the workflow here is genuinely different from what a thumb drive can offer. So, who's this actually for? If you want a universal enclosure that fits any random drive you have lying around, this isn't it. Get a Sabrent Rocket Nano or a Ugreen 2280 case. But if you want the smallest possible enclosure that still delivers real NVMe performance built out of machined aluminum with thermals that hold up under sustained load, the MC13 is the best thing in this category right now, full stop. I'll link the MC13 and drives I'd recommend down in the description. If you picked something up or if this helped you decide, either way, drop a comment. I read them all. Like if this was useful, subscribe if you want more stuff like this. See you in the next one.